Hello and welcome back to Hot Stuff, a talk show where the conversations are always hot and the tea is scalding. We're your hosts, Jillian and Jessica, and for our first topic today, we will be discussing Kanye West. There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, we've talked about him before on the show when we were talking about creating the art from the artist. We were trendsetters, I think, prevalent even now. So as many people know, Kanye said some very problematic things, anti-Semitic things recently, and then faced the consequences of his actions and was dropped from many of his distributors for his Yeezy line, reportedly losing quite a bit of his net worth. So now he's no longer a billionaire. So, yeah. Personally, I don't know if you want to go first, Jillian, saying your thoughts.
Kanye West is a frequent flyer of hot stuff. I know we've talked about him frequently on this show. And honestly, I hate to say it, I'm not surprised with how unhinged Kanye West has been. It's not something unexpected. I've heard a lot of people talking about, like, well, what happened to freedom of speech? What happened to freedom of speech? But freedom of speech does not mean freedom of your consequences. Like being dropped from Adidas, losing your sponsorships, losing a lot of your net worth, it's like, these are the consequences of your actions. If you want to say hateful things, that's fine. It's not okay to do, but you need to suffer. You need to suffer the consequences for this. This isn't okay behavior.
Exactly. Yeah. It really, I hate the whole like freedom of speech argument. Yeah, you have the right to say whatever you want. But you also have the right to then face whatever comes from it. It just like, what do you expect to happen when you're spouting all this hate speech and you have such a big platform, like so many people look up to you, and you have all these you can't do that. And like, I don't know, it's just, I think he really needs some help, and I hope he gets it.
Yeah, this is definitely like a red flag for me. I mean, this isn't unusual behavior for Kanye West. We all know how unhinged he's been in the media. And I know on social media, he goes off saying, I can say whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. I'm not going to lose my sponsorships. And sure enough, he went too far this time. And yeah. I'm sad it had to come to this, but I hope that this will kind of teach him a lesson, that maybe he needs to clean up his act. He needs to calm down. I hope that he gets the help he needs, because this is just unacceptable behavior.
Yeah. It was crazy because literally just a couple days before, he was like, I can say anything and Adidas will never drop. And then literally like 2 days later, Adidas dropped them.
Tweets that did not age well. That's awful. Yeah. I mean, like, good for Adidas for putting their foot down. Like, we need to draw the line. I'm so glad there's other celebrities speaking up against it too.
I know people, I think Adidas could have maybe acted sooner, because they wait quite a while, like a couple weeks between when they acted and when he said it. I also heard a story that then Kanye was like shopping around for other places. So like he went to Skechers and they like immediately like walked him right out the door. Skechers wants nothing to do with Kanye. I think that's,
no one wants the sloppy seconds. Who wants to take on the anti-Semite? It's a no from me. Well, that's all we have for right now, but we will be back after commercial for our next topic, our favorite and least favorite celebrity Halloween costumes, right here on Hot Stuff.
What does it mean to be a war hawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a war hawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the directions of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the Warhawk way.
The Royal Purple, the best place for all the latest news around the community and campus of UW-Whitewater. Here you'll find all different types of weekly news stories, including sports, arts and rec, biz and tech, and even fun and interesting things like trendsetter columns and the tweet of the week. The Royal Purple has a full staff to handle all of your advertising and article needs. Ad managers and sales representatives can help you get your ad in seasonal print issues online at royalpurplenews.com and out on our social media platforms. Editors and journalists would love to write features about your organization and follow-ups about your important events. For more information on student employment opportunities, advertisement services, or anything news, contact the Royal Purple over at @RPP@uww.edu or give us a call at 262-472-5100. Stop by our office and say hi on campus in McCutcheon Hall, room 113. For all of your local campus community news, check out the Royal Purple here at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater.
Welcome to Jitters Coffee House. Located on the first floor of the Wells Towers, Jitters is a student-run coffee lounge and offers a variety of coffee and ice cream-based drinks and is home to many entertaining programs, including live music, gamer trivia nights, and other performances. Coordinate your activity by emailing jitters@uww.edu. Jitters is completely run by volunteers who can earn service hours and even receive a free drink during their shift. Stop in tonight at Jitters Coffee House, where fun events and community come together.
The Department of Communication offers students the opportunity to explore the world through the faculty-led travel study program. The course consists of both in-class lecture and a 3-week travel component at the end of the semester.
You have a life that is insanely busy. You don't have to give up so much time to do a 3-week travel study, and you can compact a lot in 3 weeks.
The course is worth 3 credits and is open to all majors. The program features group travel with peers and faculty.
I think the benefit of traveling in a group like the travel study is there's always somebody there to experience new things with you, and you always have new friends to gain.
Travel Study offers a variety of travel destinations, including a trip to Ireland every other year. Develop new relationships, participate in enriching cultures, and experience personal growth while abroad.
With the Travel Study, it was so great being able to go to places and really experience the value that they can give to our own culture and just to me as a person.
For more information, please visit
Hello, welcome back to Hot Stuff. Our next topic that we'll be discussing is our favorite and least favorite celebrity Halloween costumes. I'll go first. Okay, so I feel like this year there weren't as many people like posting about their Halloween costumes as like normal, I feel like. But some of my favorites, I loved the Riverdale girls dressed up as the Sanderson sisters. So we actually talked about that last episode, how we wanted to maybe see people dressed up as the Sanderson sisters, and they did. And it works out because Madeleine has red hair, Lily Reinhart has blonde hair, and Camila has like dark brown hair. So like I love when it like just works out like that. It was great. Least favorite, I think, would have to be Billie Eilish and her boyfriend.
Continue.
They have okay, so they're So as you know, Billie Eilish is dating this guy. His name is Jesse Rutherford. He's from the band The Neighborhood, Sweater Weather. He's 30 something, 31 or 32. She's 20. They met when she was a teenager, and now they're dating. Age gap, weird, I don't know. But people have been like pointing out their age gap, and I guess as their own way of like making fun of it, she dressed up as a baby and he dressed up as like an older man. Icky. No one
so
wants
gross.
those people to date. No one wants those people to date. They don't. Ew. Like.
I think it's ironic. I see the energy behind it. I appreciate the energy behind it, but I'm just not personally a fan. I think that's too much of an ick for me. It hits too hard.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't know if it's my favorite or least favorite, but we have to talk about Heidi Klum's Halloween costume. I cannot get over Heidi Klum dressing as a worm. Her crawling in front of the cameras and her wiggling around, I was filled with such a visceral need to vomit. It was disgusting. But I think that's kind of great. I think it's awesome. Like, all these celebrities go full out for Halloween, like full body paint, elaborate costumes, like hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on these costumes, and she's just a worm. She's just in a sleeve wiggling around, and I think that's so funny. I love that for her. Yeah. I mean, it made me feel icky inside, but I think it was effective in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it was supposed to be like the worm from Dune or something, right? Effervescent. She was. I think like the trend is usually like dress sexy, but I love that she was like, no, worm. I applaud it. I agree. Maybe it was a little sick that I was a little creeped out, but I applaud the effort. I think it was great.
Yeah, I applaud the effort. I love diverting from the idea of like sexy costumes only. I really like just the simplicity of dressing up in a sock as a worm. I think it was cool. It was a moment. Big slay for her.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Well, that brings us to our next topic, astrology. Yay or nay? Jess, are you an astrology girl?
Okay, so I know like my main sign is a Scorpio. I have heard it's not a good sign to have, because usually when I say it around the astrology girls, they go, "Oh," and they just straight up are like, "Oh no!" Like they get disgusted.
Like
or
it's
like
your fault.
They're
like you chose to be a Scorpio. What is this, Divergent? Like we're gonna do our little test, or we're gonna pick our faction, and that's it. Like I'm a Virgo.
Yeah.
For all you astrology babes out there, I am a Virgo. I don't know what I'm like a Virgo sun, like whatever moon. I don't get that. And if any astrology girly could find me on campus and like explain it to me, that would be awesome. Just come up to me out of nowhere, sit down, slap your hands down on the table in front of me and be like, we need to talk. I would love that because I do not have the energy to like research it myself. I'm like,
yeah. I don't know my big three. I know it's like a thing, and I know there are places to find it. I've just never felt compelled to. Same way I've never really felt the need to get like my palm read or like my aura read. But I mean, I think that would be interesting, but I don't know if I'd fully like put all my stock in it, you know? I think I like reading sometimes the horoscopes. But I like reading them at the end of the day to see if they were right. But usually they're so vague. I don't think it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, to me, reading through horoscope stuff just isn't really my thing because I'll go through it and I am guilty of grabbing the horoscope, looking up Virgo, reading it and be like, oh my God, slay. Like I'll read through it and it'll make sense to me. But like, I'll also read through like Libra, Leo, Scorpio, and I'll be like, all of these apply to me. These all apply to my day. So I'm like, I feel like this is a scam. I don't want to hate on the astrology girlies because they're always so sweet. But like, it's not really my thing because I feel like more can apply to me and like to anyone. like outside your specific sign. So maybe if I did more research on it, I'd feel more passionately about it and maybe I'd get it. But I need someone to teach me.
Yeah. If someone were to like tell me what it means, like give me like a list of like, well, this is your sign and this is your sun sign, so like that's how it's different and that's what it means. Like if they would do that, I might be more into it. But it's so pretty.
Well, that's all we have for right now, but we will be right back after commercial for our next topic, calling versus texting on Hot Stuff.
Here at UWW, we put a lot of emphasis on shaping your involvement. Involvement helps you get to know more people with similar values and goals as yourself. The Student Involvement Office can help you get involved with organizations on campus, or we can help you start a brand new one. So what are you waiting for? It's time to shape your involvement at UWW. If you'd like to learn more, stop by UC 127 or contact us at involvement@uww.edu or call 262-472-6217.
Don't miss out on your chance to be a Warhawk
at UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Hello, welcome back to Hot, where our next topic will be texting versus calling. All right, I'll start, I guess. Personally, I'm a fan of calling. I love a good FaceTime call when something happens because, frankly, I think it's just sometimes there's just too much to say that you can type out, and I love like talking to my friends on the phone because like I like hearing their voices, and I prefer that. But I know with circumstances sometimes it's easier to just send a text message. But I feel like personally, as someone who kind of has anxiety, I think sometimes it's easier to misconstrue text messages versus calling. So yeah, I like calling, I guess I prefer. But yeah, only with like my really good friends.
I get that. I also misconstrue what people mean through text. Like the tone can always be mixed up. So I understand liking to call, and I do like calling as well, but honestly, I much prefer texting because I am so tired of missing calls when I'm in class. Looking at my voicemail, it says one voicemail notification, and then I have to log into my voicemail, and then I have to listen to it, and then I have to call them back, and I have to play phone tag. I wish that I could just text. I wish it was more acceptable to like text businesses, which sounds really stupid. But like if my bank is calling me and it's a really important call, but I'm in class, I can't answer immediately. That's why I love emails. I love sending emails to people at school here. It's so much easier. I can see what they said. Like when you call people, you'll forget what they said sometimes. Like if you make plans, I don't always write stuff down after calls. So I like having text where I can check and see what, like the plans we made. I'm also a huge fan of sending memes. I love sending memes. Yeah. I love sending reaction images. You know that. I do spam you with emojis and reaction images. I think it's funny, and you can't do that in person. But I do mix it up and send voice messages sometimes when I'm sending texts so people can hear what I'm saying, or if I don't want to type it all, I love doing that. So it's like a little bit of a blend, but I think texting is more convenient, so I'm a big fan of texting.
To be clear, I really only just like calling like my really good friends, but I don't know. I want to be the girl in the 90s movie that like wraps the phone cord around her finger while she's like talking to people. That I like that feeling. That's what I thought I was gonna have when I was a teenager, but I didn't. But in most cases, I like texting. But just with my friends, I like calling.
That makes a lot of sense. I agree with you a lot on that. Well, we'll be back after this commercial for our next segment of today's show, Person of the Week, right here on Hot Stuff.
Bonsoir à tous. Hola. Hej, hur är läget?
Marhaba.
Ni hao.
Konnichiwa.
UW Whitewater International Student Association is a student organization brings both international students and national students together to share their cultural experience and beliefs. The ISA also collaborates with other student organizations in UW Whitewater. The International Dinner is one of the most unique events that ISA have for every spring semester, which serves all kinds of food from different countries, and it invites students to show their talent on the dinner. So what are you waiting for? Come join the ISA today.
We are ISA.
The UC can get you connected to all your basic needs. Grab a coffee and a meal. Study by the fireplace. Bowl, play, and relax when you want a break from homework. The UC has much more to offer to Whitewater students. Go to the UC's website to see what's going on this week.
University Bookstore. The University Bookstore provides students with the opportunity to purchase apparel, gift items, textbooks, snacks, supplies, and other necessities right here on campus. The bookstore is also home to textbook rental, where you can find many of your required textbooks. Our friendly staff always goes the extra mile to provide customers with a quick and pleasant experience. Visit the bookstore today to find great deals on everything you need to succeed as a Warhawk.
Here at UW Whitewater Intramural Sports, we have a motto: a sport for everyone and everyone in a sport.
Come on! Stepped it anyways. Oh, she got that off, and they're gonna count it.
Had a blast. Always have fun at intramurals.
Every day we strive to go above and beyond that goal by providing healthy exercise, promoting leisure education, and giving students that competitive atmosphere they are looking for.
Yes! Yes!
It's exciting. Brings me back to those high school days with Friday Night Lights.
With our 25 different intramural sports offered, we guarantee that we have a sport for you. Go to our website and find your sport today.
Hello, welcome back to Hot Stuff, our final and favorite segment of the show, Person of the Week. Our Person of the Week this week is Florence Pugh. So I am a huge fan of Florence Pugh. I've been a fan of her ever since I saw her in the Little Women movie in 2019. But she's our Person of the Week this week because I just saw Don't Worry, Darling. I thought she did phenomenal in that movie. I know that's not news because everybody was saying she did great, but it's news to me because I just saw it and I thought she did great. Also, she had a great Halloween costume. She dressed up as Cruella de Vil, and she had a great makeup look, and her wig. She obviously had a bad wig but it fit the vibe of what she was going for, and she had a really cute party, and I just want to be friends with her. Okay.
She's Person of the Week because I want her to notice me and I want to be friends. That's how I'm feeling right now. I love Florence Pugh. She's so sweet. She seems so fun. She's so beautiful. She seems great. I love everything she's in. I have not seen Don't Worry, Darling yet because I've just been putting it off. I haven't gone to the theaters, and now I'm I can't wait to pirate this movie. It looks great. I'm not paying to watch this. This isn't the quality I'm not paying for. Maybe I shouldn't condone piracy on TV. But that's fine. It's fine. I love Florence Pugh. I think she's great. And I know there was all that drama with the premiere of the movie and a bunch of other stuff going on with that, and I think she handled it very well. I think there was a lot of speculation online and controversy behind it, and I think she did a great job staying out of it and limiting it's so easy to address stuff like that in a poor way, and I think sometimes the best thing to do is to just stay out of it, and I think she handled that very well. She handled it very gracefully.
Yeah, I agree. She came to the premiere, she slayed, she went home.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. You're not obligated to do anything else. And I think celebrities do too much sometimes.
Exactly. She does just the right amount.
Yeah. She shows up, she cleans up, she leaves. I love that for her. I strive to be like that. I struggle to be like that. It is not happening anytime soon. But a girl can dream.
We could all hope to be like Florence Pugh.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show, but be sure to tune in next time for another episode of Hot Stuff. Remember, the conversations are always hot and the tea is scalding. We're your hosts, Jillian and Jessica, and we'll see you next time.